Just a few blocks north of Fordham Road on Bainbridge Avenue, a converted convent is the home of the Lift the Bronx program. Although there are only 3 full-time employees, the office has over 40 college student volunteers working there, most of whom are Fordham students. I met with those in charge of Lift, as well as several of its Fordham volunteers, to find out what Lift is doing for the Bronx community and what it means to those who work there. Here is what they had to say.
LIFT is an organization that is not an acronym, despite what most would think.
It just captures, in essence, what we want to do here. We want to lift people, not only out of poverty, but we want to lift people's spirits.
So that they can achieve the same things that everyone wants, that we think of as part of the American dream.
It's basically an opportunity for students to use their skills and talents to assist people in the community.
The cool thing about LIFT is that it was started by college students. It came out of an awareness that there were lots of programs to help children who were from low-income neighborhoods, but not a whole lot of programs out there to help the parents of these kids connect to the resources that they need.
It's kind of a one-stop shop for poverty prevention and poverty response. Clients come to us with a variety of issues.
We do a lot of help with resumes and job searches, help with housing, and public benefits, and I think it's unique in that it's student volunteers that are meeting with these people.
So these college students started LIFT, and now it's been around for about 11 years, and the mission statement pretty much describes what LIFT does, and that is LIFT exists to
help combat poverty and expand opportunity for people in the United States. I think that's verbatim what the actual mission statement says.
If you look at our logo, the word LIFT is under a map of the United States, and that's really what it's intended to signify. We do have offices in DC, Philly, Boston, and Chicago.
We're sort of like a home base for clients, so they can come here and say I have all these issues, and we'll help them figure out what are the best resources in each of those areas that we can connect them to.
The office was founded by a Fordham University student who's actually now on the National LIFT Board of Directors.
Her name is Anjana Singh, and she started this office I think 11 years ago, right when the actual national organization was just getting started.
It really provides a transformative experience for the students. They get to see up close what it's like for people living with poverty or racism or classism in this society in a way that they never would experience simply from classroom learning. And I think that that's an experience that they take with them, whether they stay in human services or go on to other kinds of careers. They really get it as to what it means to be poor in America, and I think that's really critical.
Sometimes I think when you're in college, it's easy to stay on campus, but when you're in such a rich community, so much culture in the Bronx, so many people, to be honest, volunteering at LIFT is a great way to get to know the area that the college is located in rather than just getting to know people on campus. I think that can be a learning experience in and of itself.
Have an opportunity to benefit from the people that we meet in the community, because many of them have stories to tell. Many people come from different backgrounds and from very diverse heritages. So there's a lot to learn from that. So
that really appealed to me because I really wanted to make a difference in the Bronx community. It also gives me a chance to brush up on my Spanish skills, since a lot of my clients are from Latin America. It gives me a new perspective of the people who are coming to the Bronx, their stories, how they lived in their home countries before coming over here. And it's just a great experience.
I really like their approach to client service. I feel more rooted in the Bronx community and like the community that surrounds Fordham than I have in my entire time at Fordham. It's allowed me to make those personal connections and interactions on a regular basis. I think because you get to know people, it really helps you kind of put a face to the issues that are out there. LIFT is the first time that I've really experienced that, and I think it's because of the way that they're structured and because of the way that they're run by student volunteers, and they really put an emphasis on the relationship between the student volunteers and the clients.
I was looking for an organization that worked with adults and worked with public services and social services. I was interested in how people worked with government programs and how accessing city and state and federal resources was done. And I really wanted to meet people. I was looking for something that had a mix of the social programming aspect of it and working with individuals. I came in contact with LIFT and took it as part of a service learning course that fall semester of last year, and really enjoyed it, and decided to come back this year as a member of the leadership team.
That it's so nice to see young people who are willing to really work at helping other people, who are not jaded or cynical about things in the world today, even though it's very easy to be. And it's amazing to me how many of the LIFT volunteers stay with LIFT. It really demonstrates an incredible degree of commitment. They really are the core of the organization, and I think the students know that, and I think that's one of the things that really attracts them to LIFT. I've had them say, I've never had a job with this much responsibility, or a job that really made such a difference in somebody's life. I think it's what the clients appreciate too, that while some of them may think the students look awfully young, I think they also recognize that they're very committed and dedicated, and that they will work with them for as long as it takes to get them the resources they need to move their lives forward.
As much as it is assisting the community, it deals a lot with building students up and allowing them to, in their future careers or whatever path they take, be leaders in combating poverty and expanding opportunity in the United States.
But I've really been impressed by how our clients and how volunteers can appreciate small victories. Things like successfully completing a resume often lead to getting a job after a volunteer has maybe stopped meeting with a client. The ripple effect of the work folks do at LIFT is really extraordinary.
LIFT really exists to lift whole communities up by helping people get what they need.
There's a lot of need in the Bronx, especially in the past year. I've had clients like knocking down the doors for appointments. The more volunteers we can get and the more, space we can get, it's just like there's so much, there's kind of infinite potential. We're not going to run out of clients to serve.
The infectious optimism of our clients is the thing that keeps me coming back. It's often frustrating and it's really tiring in a lot of ways, and it's a big time commitment and a lot of work. But I've had so many clients who come in week after week in a very, very difficult situation with boundless optimism, simply because they have no alternative but to be optimistic and to be hardworking and to keep working, that it keeps me coming back as well. I figure if someone who is on the edge of homelessness, fighting poverty, taking care of their children, raising their family, fighting their way through a government bureaucracy, and worried about joblessness all at once, if they can keep coming back week after week, I as a college student with all the opportunities in the world can do the same.
I was just at Fordham University yesterday, and there was a poster up, and it was like, New York is my campus, and then Fordham is my school. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, so if New York City is your campus, then what better way than to get out in the Bronx and see what life is like for other people that live in the Bronx.
From the Lift the Bronx office, this is Terrence Sweeney with Eye on Fordham. Back to you.